Hi guys, we're going to be looking at what we have in the market this week. We'll come on the monthly time frame on DXY. Monthly time frame is looking like a double bottom. This is a correction, a significant correction that pushed the market upwards. Then we have another correction that looked like this around this area that pushed the market upward. Then this correction actually created a double bottom around this region. Then we have a push towards the upside. Then if you look at the present correction, it's kind of looking like this that is presently pushing the market towards the upside. So that was what I was looking. Initially, I was looking at this as a double top that brought the market downwards. Then we have a top around this area, which we took the market downwards. But however, as of the moment, there is a long trend line around this area, I think, that's presently pushing the market towards the upside around this region. There's a long trend line that's currently pushing the market towards the upside around this region. So this is a double bottom around the mid-range zone around this area. This is a double bottom or a triple bottom, regardless of how you see it. Then we'll come to our weekly time frame. What am I looking at on the weekly time frame? This is what I'm looking at. First, I will look at this. Price has currently broken this long trend line from the monthly time frame, which I'm going to remove. Then presently price has broken this level, this trend line as well around this region, which I will remove as well. So this is what I'm looking at on the weekly time frame. This is a triple bottom around this area. This triple bottom is what I like, but I discovered there is a support around this region. There is a semi-major support around this region. And if you look at this is looking like a head, this is looking like a left shoulder, and this is also looking like a potential right shoulder around this area for a continuation to the upside. However, this might not form just yet because there is a major level, a semi-minor major level around this area that can easily push the market towards the upside. And the market is looking very strong and very bullish. So as of the moment, I will be expecting a push back to this region for a continuation to the upside. The only time I'm going to be expecting to see a push back into the shoulder level is when I see a consolidation and a weekly bearish engulfing candlestick pattern. Then I'm going to understand that the market wants to push to complete this shoulder region. But for now, I'm expecting that the market, because if you see this correction around this area, this area is what held the market, pushed the market towards the upside. This area is what pushed the market towards the downside. This resistance around this area is what pushed and rejected the market. And if you see this area as well, the same thing as well, this area as well. So you know that this is a significant level in the market. So I come back to my daily time frame. What am I going to be looking at on my daily time frame? This is an area where the market has rejected significantly from. So, and presently the market has presently tested that region with several candles. We have 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, and we have the 4th day around this area, and we have a bullish engulfing candlestick pattern on the 4th day around that area. So it's not going to be surprising to me if I see a bullish continuation to the upside, actually, because this level has already been tested significantly on the daily time frame. So to be honest, I'm not expecting a sell towards this area. I'm expecting a continuation to the upside. But however, this level, you can also classify this level as a double top because this is a significant level. So what I'm going to be doing is this. I'm going to be waiting for a break above because if you check this, what the candle is doing presently around this region, the candle is strong. This candle is really strong. I'm not expecting a retest. Initially, I was expecting a retest, but this candle that I'm seeing is really strong. It's looking like a push. It's looking like a continuation to the upside. So I'm going to be waiting to take a trade actually on this pair. I'm going to be waiting to take a trade on this pair. I was expecting a correction because initially I was looking at the candle was around this region. that is going to sell towards this area for a continuation to the upside. But this is actually a solid base, and it's looking like it's going to continue to the upside. So that's what I'm looking at on the XY, because if you look at this region around this area, this actually gave a triple bottom around, just like this. Just like this. This actually gave a triple bottom, triple top around this area, multiple top, and formed a base around this area. Initially, you're going to be thinking, this is a triple top, this is going to continue to the downside. But the market failed and it gave a higher high around this area that pushed the market upward. So this is also looking like this, and this is also looking like this. So this market gave a higher high, and a bullish engulfing candlestick pattern. I think the market is going to continue to the upside. That's my thought on the XY. Then, but I'll wait for the break above. I'll wait for the break above and the close above. This is not yet a break above. It's not yet a break above. So I'll wait for the break above. Once I see a break above, then I'm going to be placing a trade for sell on Euro USD. And the XY is looking bullish, and Euro USD is going to be looking bearish. So the next bit that I'm going to be checking is what Euro USD is doing. And Euro USD, as you know, is the XY inverted. So what is Euro USD doing? Most likely they'll be doing the same thing. I come on the monthly time frame on Euro USD. What am I looking on the monthly time frame? The market is looking this triple bottom around this area. It's what pushed the market upwards. Then we have this double top around this area, plus an extra top around this area that pushed the market downwards. Then we have this consolidation. Initially, I was expecting the market to come back and test the neckline around this region for continuation to the upside, but the market did not come and test that region. So I was not looking like this. This is looking like a correction to me as of last week. So we took the trade as of last week, but just that we went out of the trade. So this was a kind of a lead to correction, a weekly lead to correction that I looked at. So this on the daily time frame was looking like a good sell to the downside. So I took a trade, but I went out of this trade. So presently, what am I going to be looking at? Price has currently broken the trend line and has currently broken the major support level around this area. So I was looking at price to test this region, but price is currently looking very, very bearish as of the moment. Then we'll come back to our weekly time frame. What is the weekly time frame doing? Or what is the daily time frame doing? Daily time frame, I was expecting a correction like this is looking like a real bounce around this area, but by the time we woke up this morning, price has already gapped that area already. So we're going to be waiting. There's nothing to trade here anymore, except if we have a push to this region or a push to this region for a continuation to the downside. But there's nothing to trade here. Price has currently broken this region around this area. I was looking that this price is going to retest this area, but it's not looking like so. So we're going to be expecting a push towards the downside. There's nothing to trade around this area, but the next level target for this pair is going to be around this region. So if price push back to this area or this area correct significantly, then we're going to be expecting a sell to the downside. But if price continue downwards like this, there's nothing to trade. We're going to be waiting for a break of this major zone for a continuation to the downside. That's my take on Euro USD. Then the next pair that I'm going to be checking what the next pair is doing is Euro GDP. Euro GDP on the monthly time frame. What am I looking at on the monthly time frame? Initially, I was looking at this as a head, left shoulder, and right shoulder. This is looking like a nice correction for a continuation to the upside, but and a bullish engulfing candlestick pattern. But price just came back and failed to break above, and we have a continuation to the downside. A monthly bullish candle that actually engulfed the previous month. So that's quite surprising to me. So what am I looking at presently? I'm looking, since the candlestick has closed bearish, I'm looking for a continuation to the downside, regardless if the monthly candles is bullish. So presently, I'm looking at this as a head, left shoulder, and a right shoulder. So price has currently broken this level, and this level. So I'm expecting a push a correction for a continuation to the downside. That's what I'm going to be looking at. However, I'm going to be taking this one and putting it around this region because this is going to be signifying the neckline of the head and shoulder pattern that I can see around this area. This is going to be the neckline. So I'm looking for a correction, a good correction that is going to tell me this is going to be a continuation to the downside. Looking for a correction around this area, around this region for a continuation to the downside. So that's my take on, that's going to be my take on Euro GDP. So this is how I'm going to be placing my sell position around this region. Then I'm going to be placing a trade for a sell. Then my stop loss is going to be here. Then my TP is most likely going to be in the downside. So that's my take on GDP, JPY, Euro GDP. Then the next pair that I'm going to be checking is what BTC is doing. BTC is looking nice as well. BTC is looking nice. So on BTC, this is what I'm looking at on BTC. I come back to my monthly time frame on BTC. What am I looking at on the monthly time frame on BTC? This is looking like a correction. This is looking like a correction. Correction, push, correction, push, correction, push. And this level is now looking like it's going to be a continuation to the upside or it's going to be a continuation to the downside. This is a major level around this area. Then we have what the price is doing presently. If presently the price is consolidating, if we get a consolidation like this from a base around this area, then we're going to be looking towards the upside. But if we fail to get a consolidation around that area and we correct significantly just like this, then we're going to be having a continuation to the downside. So that's my take on BTC. It's either we get a correction like this to push towards the upside, or we get a base formation around this area for continuation to the upside. So a correction like this for continuation to the downside, or we get a proper base around this area for continuation to the upside. That's my take on BTC as of the moment. Then presently, the market is presently consolidating. There is nothing to trade around this area. If we're going to be taking any trade around this area, it's just going to be stressful. So there's nothing to take on BTC. Then the next way that I'm going to be looking at GDP JPY. GDP JPY, this is what I'm looking at on GDP JPY. GDP JPY is looking kind of it's looking bullish to me as of the moment, but we have a triple bottom around this area that pushed the market upwards. Then we have a correction. We have a push towards the upside, and we have a correction, and we have a push. Initially, I was looking at this was not enough correction. I was looking at a retest around this area because this is a significant push. However, the monthly candle did not cooperate. So this trend line, what was holding the market very strong as of last week. So this is looking like a touch of the weak rejection. It can actually reverse from this area or from the candle close around this area. So, and if you check the trend line, this is the first touch, second touch, and this is looking like a touch for a continuation to the upside. So that's what Euro GDP is saying as of the moment. But I mapped out this level around this area because this was the initial rejection. So, and last week gave a bullish candle, quite a good bullish candle. So, I'm going to be waiting. If the XY is going to break this region, then I'm going to be taking the trade for a buy. Once I see a significant break around this area, then a retest of that region, I'm going to be waiting to trade for a buy. But if the market fail around this area and consolidate a little bit more, then I'm going to be looking for a correction towards the downside. So that's my take on BTC. This is actually still looking consolidative to me as of the moment. Then the next pair that I'm going to be checking is Brent oil. Brent oil We'll come back to our monthly time frame. What am I looking on Brent oil on the monthly time frame? This is a double bottom that pushed the market upwards. Then we have a significant break above this level. So the next I'm going to be looking at, we have a significant push towards the upside. Price does not normally push up significantly like this. However, this is because of the war, and there has been a significant push towards the upside. So I'll be waiting for a correction to this area for a continuation to the upside. So the next level target for oil is going to be 120 region, which is the previous high. So I'm not going to be placing any trade on oil as of the moment. I'm looking for a significant push towards the downside, then for a continuation to the upside. That's my take on Brent oil. Then the next pair that I'm going to be looking at is GDP AUD New Zealand. AUD New Zealand on the monthly time frame. This is what I'm looking at. This is all looking bullish as of the moment. We are presently approaching a significant level. Then we have the weekly time frame. This is looking like a correction towards the upside, correction towards the upside. So there's nothing to trade around this area from here to here. It's nothing. So we already took this trade towards the upside for a buy. We took a lot of profit around this area. Then there's nothing to trade around this area. Market might most likely react. So what I'm going to be waiting is I'm going to sit on my hand on AUD New Zealand. If we have a break above correction, then we'll take the trade towards the upside. But if we have a series of consolidation around this area, then the market most likely wants to retrace significantly. So we're going to be waiting. We're going to be watching. There's nothing to trade around this area. And if you look on the daily time frame, the market is kind of looking corrective already. So around this region. So there's nothing to trade in this space of the moment. So that's my take on this week, what we are going to be having on the market this week. So we're going to see how the market is going to play out.